TLO, what's poppin'? We are on Twitch. We are live. By the time you see this, we won't be. So just leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. Right behind me, you see it. This is a warning screen. I don't know what's going on in this one. The title is crazy. Everything about it is wild. But I'm here to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. Don't forget, man, twitch.com. The username's at the bottom of the screen. We also got merch, and we also, you feel me, got Patreon. We post 5 days a week, man. Let's get to this. This is from Vice. They got like a new series going out. It's called The Devil You Know. I can't wait till they get to the UK with some of these episodes. But right now, we're not in the UK. This is looking real rural. How you say it? Rural America? The Devil You Know. Did schizophrenia or Satan make him murder? You would have thought they was talking about Lucy in this. I don't know what's going on. Talk to me, though.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to their respective owners.
True. No, I see something right off bat. Go back. Go back. Okay. Go forward. Anybody with a lawnmower in their yard and the lawn is not mowed, you know what I'm saying? It's not adding up. Something's going on.
Well, it's a story from right here in the Piedmont that's actually making headlines around the world.
Tonight at 10 o'clock, Channel 9 just obtained this video shot inside the home of an accused devil worshiper charged with the murder of a father with ties to Salisbury. Investigators say Pazuzu Al-Gharad killed Joshua Wetzler and then buried him in his backyard.
For years, neighbors say Pazuzu Al-Gharad transformed a nice home on Nob Hill Drive in Clemens into a domain for Gharad transformed.
So what? I'm not supposed to judge a book by its cover. So what I'm supposed to do? What I'm supposed to do, bro, come to the... If I go to the dude's door and knock on his home and bring him a housewarming gift and he answered the door like this, he probably wouldn't answer the door.
Nice home.
He had a swastika on the ceiling. He would have called me the N-word probably.
Home on Nob Hill Drive in Clemens into a domain for the devil.
This was bro door? I'm sorry.
The pure evil that was within him was able to thrive in that environment.
Pazuzu Al-Gharad took part in satanic rituals.
Al-Gharad's tongue was split like a snake, moving in different directions, licking his own face.
He picked up two
freaky
prostitutes at two separate locations before he killed and ate them.
And you could tell when his demons needed something from him because they took over.
And here we have a man who worships the devil. He is anti-Christ.
Before we go any further, today is Bible study. I'm missing Bible study. I'm here with y'all. We still gonna say a prayer because this is demonic. Dear Lord, please protect me, the stream, the YouTube people watching this, their creators, everybody from any spirits that can transfer throughout the internet. We riding with you, Lord. Amen. Cause I don't like the feel of this. It said ate them.
Satan sells. It wasn't long before the rumor mill took up the charge. Pazuzu's tongue is split in two. His teeth are filed down to points. He ate the beating hearts of the rabbits he sacrificed. But no one was really bothered to find out if any of this stuff was true. It's as if that didn't really matter.
So what's this?
I don't usually do that. I take you can and it'll loosen it. Here. Yeah. No, whack it. Commit. Feel it. There we go. It's about the same size as that kid's penis that sent you the picture.
Somebody sent your daughter some.
It's like the same. So pretend it's that. It's a whole lot easier to look at Pazuzu and his jacked up face and all his stuff and his sharpened teeth and go, wow, that's not me. That's not my kid. That's an interesting salad y'all have created there. It's a whole lot harder to look in the mirror and then look over at your kid and go, could my kid go that way? It was supposed to be a salad. What am I doing to my kid that could possibly create another John Lawson? We started writing a 6,000-7,000 word piece, and it was a profile. I was trying to get personal. Background matters, and every second of John Lawson's life led up to the moment that the police find bodies in his backyard. There's not.
When did he like what like? Let me see the house again.
Police find bodies in his backyard.
Is this a single house? Like nothing connected?
There's not really too much that we know yet.
I see no gate. What was the neighbor thought he was doing?
We're afraid to talk. Here's what we do know.
That's him?
He was born in California to young parents. These young parents don't really get along all that great. They're bouncing back between California.
I'm not even gonna lie. I just looked at like the start of the Amityville Horror. Look at bro.
California, North Carolina. And finally, mom and dad split. Then, when John's about 5, he ends up in Clemens with his mom, Cynthia, who takes on the job of raising him on her own.
I got no comment.
He was very, very sad. He was a very sad kid. Cynthia, she was my best friend. And my son became very best friend with Johnny.
Five to 9.
He come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He stay at the house. 6 o'clock in the morning. There he is in the morning. You know.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, okay, like 6. Okay.
I love that little boy because to me he was very nice. He was a good kid. The thing that he does, that he wants to be a vampire, he was a vampire. In his mind, he was.
As a child?
And I met Johnny, he was weird. He wore this big cape, black cape with his teeth. He was so little and so tiny, he was very skinny. And he loved the movies, like he watches Jason, Freddy Krueger, the vampire movie. He was all those.
See, hell nah. Nah.
People.
I never even seen this movie in full right here. Can't not doing it.
Sometimes he does things that it was kind of out of place. When Johnny was probably 8 years old, Johnny was very abusive, of her. He hit her and stuff like that. So she put her in a mental hospital. And me and her went to see Johnny, and my heart broke.
Wait, she put her son in a mental hospital? Because I feel like there were other avenues to cover first before we got to that point.
Because I say, that little boy, he didn't need to be there.
No.
The one that needs to be there is the woman, the mama.
If you couldn't, listen, ma'am, now I'm going to say it because I was trying to let it slide when I heard he went with you at 5 by himself and the father was not around. If you weren't up to the task, then why not give him to the dad? Now look at him. Because of some dumb shit you done did. Yeah, I cursed. Because of something you done did. You just sent that little boy to a mental hospital where he could do nothing but watch other people who really had mental issues, and then he could develop his own.
She drinks a lot for once.
She's an alcoholic.
All these guys. She left Johnny behind, and there she goes.
Oh my God.
Johnny see all that stuff, and the little kid, in his mind, you know, like, when my mom about to do that? Nobody knows what the little boy went through. When you get these bulldogs that they're mean, what the reason they're mean? Because you just hit him, the dog, so they have to be mean too. It's sad.
Me and Antoine lived together 3 times.
Who's Antoine?
So I was kind of just going back to start, really.
Oh, that's his friend. Okay. That's him. After reporting? Oh, Anton. Okay. Okay. Somebody else. Okay.
We both see our ups and downs at different points, you know.
Interesting.
I mean,
and
these guys are more family to me than some of my actual family, really.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. I'm Antoine Hardy, brother of Matt Flowers. Almost married his sister. Have a kid with her, and he and I go back like car seats. I feel like people take advantage of Matt and his...
You did. You staining his sister. That's tough.
His idea of wanting to be a protector. I really honestly do. Like I say, I've seen people call him up for, you know, shit that they've gotten themselves into and wanted him to have their back and, you know, put himself into a situation where he can get in trouble. Pazuzu being one of them.
That's Pazuzu?
Pazuzu always talked about, like, building a legion and, like, have this, like, army of, like, people. And, like, he, like, tried to push me and manipulate me into, like, doing some up shit. He's like, yeah, do it. I'm happy he's in prison.
Dang.
The things he did is unforgivable.
The further I got in researching this kid's background, the more I realized how skilled he was at bringing other kids into whatever he was up to.
Master manipulator.
He made everyone an accomplice.
Wasn't going down alone.
Pazuzu really liked that idea of a family.
Nate Anderson.
Killing people. I think he felt powerful in bringing in other parties. And I think he felt a certain sense of power by stripping that last shred of innocence, by involving them in something that sinister. I find it very odd that, yeah, I do kind of miss him.
Bro, you was the main one helping then.
Did Nate tell you about how he paid for the floors?
No.
I had really good credit from my mom paying off my student loan. So I took out a Lowe's credit line so I could buy hardware and go pawn it for cash to get drugs. And Pazuzu and Amber came to me one day saying, we want to start cleaning up the house. So I was like, well, shit, I'll buy you guys some flooring. We'll rip out the carpet and we'll put it in. Helped them install it and everything. And then a few weeks later, that was when I first heard the rumors about the murders. And I was like,
oh, so now, oh my God, he set you up so cold. You ain't even peep what was going on, bro. Took out the carpet because he got stains in him. Now you an accomplice for cleaning up a scene. That's tough.
Did
you know
I just get
blood? I mean, I guess you couldn't tell.
No, but
Well, that definitely...
I think I just brought the flooring over. I think I came back later after they had ripped the carpet out. I don't think I was actually there to pull up the carpet.
Because
he wouldn't know. He was off his rocker.
it's messy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is this? Forsyth County? Where is
As
this?
I'm writing about Pazuzu and doing all of this research into his past, I'm coming up against a lot of dead ends.
Chad Nance.
This is the South. Things move at their own pace. But even so, this story's proven particularly difficult.
I knew it was
Police aren't talking. The family's not talking. And I mean, I'm drowning in rumors, but I'm still trying to get to the actual facts of it.
So it is the South. I heard him say this is the South. I'm not gonna lie, them pictures, they look like Arkansas somewhere. I don't even know if that's the South, but that's what it looked like. But no, we gotta go souther than that. That looked like Florida, Georgia.
Matter. West Forsyth Yearbook,
93 to 95.
Well, we can go.
What are the odds of us actually finding that?
I don't know. They're probably not very good.
The deal is trying to figure out when this boy was in school because he kept failing, from what I understand. He was not exactly your model student.
Wait, stop. Wait. We're moving too quick now. You can go to the library and get a yearbook?
Yeah, I had a lot of classmates
here he is.
like that.
No, I reckon put all the tattoos on his face. That's the same Joker.
All right, so now it's set up for a quick scan, and we just click and watch what happens. I love that little sound that it makes. And here's our boy.
There is John.
What is happening? What technology is this? They can do all this in the library?
Lawson, isn't he cute? Now this is another yearbook, but he's kind of in the same class. He's still a freshman this year. Not a lot of.
I knew people who were in 6th grade for 3 years.
Not a lot of forward movement on that career. John Lawson, year 2, same grade.
That's raw.
Looks like somebody popped him between the eyes with a ball-peen hammer right before they took the photo.
It does.
He looks stoned. I guess this is year 2, freshman year.
Let's get started.
All right, we'll save that one.
What people have glommed onto is the simplistic story. This is a guy who is dealing with the dark arts. He was dealing in the darkest depth of, and he murdered people. And now we understand it because we can get our head around it. And what you miss are the people and the human beings.
West Forsyth High School. We gotta look. Where is that at? Where is that at? West Forsyth High School. Where is it? Okay. No. Georgia. Yep. I knew it was at Georgia. Did I say Atlanta or Georgia when I said that? I meant Georgia.
He was a nice kid. Every once in a while, I'd give him a ride home from school. My name is Stephanie Seidel. I actually live 3 houses down across the street from Pazuzu. People called him Turd Boy, and they would, Turd Boy.
How'd he get that nickname?
I could see it in his face how upsetting it was. I don't know why, but he smelled like human excrement.
He was an.
I asked the question rhetorically. I didn't think I was going to get an answer, and I definitely didn't think I was going to get an answer like that. I thought somebody maybe followed him to the bathroom one day, and he ain't flushed, and there was a huge turd in there. Hence, Turd Boy. I didn't think he was going to get one of these like this.
I don't know why, but he smelled like human excrement.
He was an 18-year-old freshman.
What?
Every day drank at school. The teachers just turned a blind eye.
I was a 19-year-old senior, though, so let me not talk. I had to go to summer school.
My name's Aaron. I was a classmate of John Pazuzu, whatever you want to call him. I showed him some things, a few guitar lessons. He dropped out of school. When he reemerged as a male witch, or self-proclaimed male witch. I think that whatever irked someone is what he wanted to be. He wanted to be the bad guy.
This is the suburbs. It is fundamentalist, and they're serious about it. I think it's
Georgia, too.
John Lawson realized living in the suburbs of Forsyth County, he was never going to quite be the top guy. So he decided, if I'm going to be bad, I'm going to be bad as I can be.
He would talk about his father didn't want him, and that being a factor in why he wanted to kill himself.
So nobody was acting right in your household. That's tough. By the age of 13, John Lawson no longer had a relationship with his.
Oh, he had 100 ways he wanted to do it. You know, shotgun, like Kurt Cobain, or, you know, he would talk about, well, you know, when you slit your wrist in the bathtub, you just get real dizzy and then you die.
By the time he entered high school, his mother, Cynthia, was remarried to a man named Johnny James. Johnny James, that sounds like a black person. I'm just throwing it out there. It may play a part in what's going on. You know, so I just got to throw it out there.
It's Johnny.
Yeah.
Never mind. That ain't no black dude.
Is this Johnny James?
It is.
Yes, sir. My name is Chad Nance. I'm the owner and one of the journalists at the Camel City Dispatch. What I'm calling you about is the Pazuzu Algarad case. And if...
I don't want to talk about that.
No, I do understand, but part of the reason I wanted to talk to you was let you kind of clear some stuff up, because we got your name on the deed of the house. I'm a stepdad. I mean, I know what it's like, you know.
He hated my gut.
He did? Did you think he hated you because you taking mom away from him, or was he just hateful?
Enough.
Hello?
That's
a bummer, man.
Yeah, call failed. It's over.
Johnny James wouldn't go on the record with me, and I understand. I can't really blame him. Who wants to talk about all this awful stuff all the time? But at the same time, you know, if we don't look at the uncomfortable truths, we may never really get beyond it.
I heard him scream, I effing hate you. I want you to just get out of my life. I wish you weren't here. This is him screaming to his stepdad.
According to the rumors that I've heard, when Pazuzu's in his early 20s, he demands his mom, Cynthia, end her relationship with stepdad, Johnny James.
At 22, though?
Choosing her son over her husband, Cynthia convinced Johnny to move out of the house.
I mean, he sort of did whatever he wanted to do. He was not ever bound by any authority figure.
That's the problem. Bro grew up with no boundaries, knowing no boundaries.
Psychologically, John was just a scared little boy. So I had a really hard time seeing him putting a gun to somebody's head and pulling the trigger.
It's been 6 months since officials discovered human remains buried behind a house in Clemens, and it will be at least another 6 months before
scared little boys do it the most.
Before any trial can begin. A judge rescheduled Pazuzu Algarad's case to October 29th. Matlock and Birch cases are expected to be postponed as well.
This is a rite of passage around here. Hobo Beach, or the beachfront, whatever you want to call it.
I would never.
Pazuzu always talked about people up and hurting people and doing all this crazy shit.
Ain't no lights?
Like, he was like a really good actor.
Hold on, fam. Shout out to Nathan for the one get this up.
He would be one guy around me and then a completely different person around other people. He was cool to hang out with, but like he really was schizophrenic.
It's probably been like 2 years since I've been out here.
That's cool. They got a lot of graffiti.
In a tent. Watch your step right there.
I think I kept him in a straight line. People have been painting down here since like the 90s. Like we did like jackass shit. Just the dumb shit. We spray painted. But while I'm spray painting like anarchy or whatever the fuck I was doing when I was a kid, Pazuzu's spraying like inverted pentagrams and 666, and he's like yelling like, "Where is your God now?" And I'm like, all right, whatever. I guess you're having fun. Like, kind of stupid he said that.
Kids they're just oblivious to what he got going on, huh?
But I think he took that shit too seriously, you know? Reverb in here is awesome. Look at this. Put some drums right here at the end. In fact, actually, Pazuzu and I, back when he was like kind of cool, we had like a little bonfire. We were spray painting, and we took the spray paint cans and put it on the bonfire, and we like ran that way.
Blew them up.
Boom! Like a big ass flames. Like you just hear it. Like I can't believe no one came down here for that one.
Shall we venture onward?
Sure.
Okay, Nate.
But just think about it, you know. It's like I feel like if I didn't leave for the military, that it never would have happened. Never would have happened. Straight up.
After Pazuzu's arrest, his house on Nob Hill Drive is deemed uninhabitable, and his mother, Cynthia James, who had been living there, drops out of sight. I'm gonna stop pausing. My fault.
For the first time, Pazuzu Algarad's mother was in front of our camera.
Cynthia James met with county officials over the fate of her house on Nob Hill Drive.
County originally told the homeowner, Algarad's mother, that she had until Christmas Day to decide, tear it down or fix it up.
Ms. James had nothing to say during the hearing or to us.
At that point, you just might as well tear it down. There's some dark stuff that went down in there.
Pazuzu's mother would have been the first person I picked up. There are legitimate questions like, how could you allow this to go on?
No cap.
Were you intimidated and scared of your son to the point that, or did you just love your son and were, catering to him to the point where these things are allowed to happen?
I think she just didn't care. She was you know what I'm saying?
Cynthia James. She's somewhat of a cipher.
I graduated from high school in 1996. The house was beautiful. His mom took care of it. They had cream-colored carpet. When you walked in, you took your shoes off.
How you know?
I moved down here in 2010, and it was a completely different scene. The house was an absolute disaster.
Pazuzu's living off his mom, treating her like shit. She was paying all the bills, buying him a case of beer every day, buying him, bags of rolling tobacco every day.
You know what she was doing? I feel like at this point she was making up. She was trying to make up for, for how she was as when he was younger. Probably. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing.
Not doing anything good for anybody.
As a parent, what do you do when your situation spirals out of control? When your kid drops out of school? When he starts abusing drugs? When he starts sacrificing animals?
What?
Pazuzu used to sacrifice a rabbit, slitting rabbits' throats and dumping their blood and rubbing blood all over his face. He felt like it would give him higher power.
There was a cat hanging in his tree. I saw it. I know that it was a cat hanging in his tree.
At some point, you just figured he felt he had to take his animal sacrifice to the next level. To human sacrifice.
These are the autopsy reports for Josh. This is the first time I've seen this.
Stacy, hold on, whoa. Stacy Carter, Josh Wetzler's former partner.
We just never heard anything back from the DA or from the detectives. The cause of death for this 37-year-old Caucasian male, Joshua Frederick Wetzler, is multiple gunshot wounds. Major findings at autopsy included gunshot wounds of the head and torso with recovery of multiple bullet and bullet fragments. 3 gunshot wounds involved the head.
Dang.
4 possibly.
You ain't gotta read this, ma'am.
4 and possibly 5 gunshot wounds involved the torso.
You shot this man 8 times.
So that's 8 gunshot wounds. And so, it just...
No, that's facts. Like, I'm sitting here wondering the same exact thing as somebody Nathan said in the chat. He said, bro, how does he not get locked up for being so messed up? He was tapped for years. Yeah, bro, it was wild for years. I guess he wasn't really breaking no laws, though. You can hunt rabbits in the state of Georgia. You can taxidermy them. You can do what you want to do. Like, he was in his own house. It looks like it was on the corner. Like, nobody really that close where you can get, like, noise violations. Oh, no.
Seems like that somebody would have heard that.
Right.
It's easy to sit back and wonder how the neighbors didn't know something was going on. The neighbor to the left, I mean, you could be on their back deck and see into Pazuzu's yard fine. You know, I'm just glad I wasn't his neighbor.
In the spring of 2015, rumors began circulating that while in prison, Pazuzu had attempted by biting into his own arm. Okay.
His name was John Lawson. I knew a guy that was just locked up with him recently. He said that they had locked down the whole jail because he had had his teeth filed. He bit into an artery in his arm, and I guess they locked down the whole jail because of that. So Nate came around with Jenna not that long ago, and we just clicked, so we started hanging out. And
Nate
basically,
Anderson.
since we all use, it's kind of like a little, like everybody that uses knows everybody. Oh God, Seth said he feels so bad.
Oh, shit. What are they using? We haven't even pinpointed, like, what is the class A of choice in this situation? Okay, never mind. We got
boyfriend
it.
goes to work sick every day. Like
Seth has a much harder habit than you do, and he still gets up and goes to work.
I
even though
know.
he's sick.
I know, darling.
Just
Jenna Woodring.
I know.
Mhm.
Why? That's why I
Exactly.
want to quit altogether. As soon as I get my financial aid disbursement, I can get my eye again and be done.
have y'all ever thought about going to a clinic or no?
I don't want to
You
quit.
I mean, like, you don't. The rehabs around here are so shitty. I don't have the insurance. And I mean,
be done.
have y'all ever thought about going to
Financial aid disbursement.
This is true addict talk. Listen to bro right here. Listen. He said, as soon as I get my financial aid, my disbursement, blah, 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 I'm going to quit. I'm going to get the help I need. And then watch what he says directly after.
Why? That's why I want to quit altogether. As soon as I get my financial aid
I want to
disbursement,
quit.
I can get my eye again and be done.
have y'all ever thought about going to a clinic or no?
I don't want to quit.
I mean, like, you don't. The rehab
Who said I don't want to quit? Was it him again? He just said he want to quit.
around here are so shitty. I don't have the insurance. And the nice
Or
ones
was it
like
her?
that like people in Hollywood go to are like $60,000 a day. I mean, I don't know who can afford that, but I damn sure can't.
Elgorod was transported to Central Prison on a safekeeping order as part of a joint request by both his defense counsel and the district attorney's office.
Safekeeping orders are executed when a prisoner is considered a danger to themselves, other prisoners, or prison staff.
I mean, I sent the sheriff's department, I think at this point I've sent him like 3 emails, I've got nothing. I've left voicemails, I got nothing. We got no details on anything. All we got is what is rumor and conjecture, what people said. We got all those comments that people leaving, and that's all I know.
Do you think he's going to actually tell us?
No, he's not going to say anything, because Brad Stanley...
That's his wife.
All right, come on, right here. I got this.
You got this? You can go. We end up having to do dirtbag research because none of the authorities are taught.
The people who probably actually know the real story are going to be people that were his teachers or counselors at school or going to be a psychiatrist or someone like that. They cannot talk about this stuff. They're not going to go tell us stuff that they cannot release.
We got to get something. I mean, because the only way we're going to find out about these searches is either talk to Miss Cynthia, talk to somebody that was in the house when these searches took place.
I mean, we don't have enough.
So we've hit a wall, let's just get on with it. I just don't see how we can do it without access to the courthouse. We can't get access to the courthouse without a lawyer. It's incredibly frustrating because how do you tell a whole story without all the facts? And I know that there are people out there who need some real
Them 2024 media do that all the time, don't they?
answers.
So today is Mother's Day, and I'm moving.
Joshua Wetzler's mom.
I had lost my job. I was a contract employee,
partner.
so I wasn't paid any kind of unemployment. I'd worked really hard there, but I never made any money. When Josh was found, Jared was able to start receiving Social Security payments. But the date that he started receiving money was based on the date that they found Josh, which is the official date on his death certificate. So for those 5 years that Josh was missing, Jared did not receive any Social Security money. We had no financial support at all. Jared receives about $700 a month. Over a 5-year period, we're talking about $35,000. With that amount of money, we could have made a down payment on a house.
Nah, she right. In the state of Georgia, definitely. That's also assuming that no bills come up, you don't have to spend any of that money, and you can just save it.
Fortunately, Michael Hewitt found me on Facebook and took an interest in the case. He's told me a whole lot more than the DA or the Sheriff's Department.
I'm Michael Hewitt. I'm the legal affairs reporter at the Winston-Salem Journal. There was a Facebook page dedicated to Josh Wetzler, and Stacy was the administrator for that site. What I find is that a lot of victims, they don't understand.
Bro, this dude is a hard worker. This is like a organized chaos for him. Got 78 water bottles.
What I find is that a lot of victims, they don't understand how these criminal cases go. They think, oh, you know, it's like Law and Order. Oh, the investigation, and then, oh, there's a trial all of a sudden before the hour is over. And that's not how it happens in real life. And in real life, you know, particularly for a murder case, you're talking about a 2 to 3 year process, unfortunately. Journalists, our job is to report. If there's relevant information to a particular case that people should know about, we need to fight to get that information out. When the remains were found, I immediately went to the courthouse to see whether or not there were search warrants. The search warrants can provide a lot more information than law enforcement are willing to say publicly. I was looking for the search warrants in the Amber Birch case. We were told, yes, there's these search warrants from 2014. Then we found out that the search warrants were sealed. There was something in those search warrants that law enforcement didn't want out.
I'd like to read it for y'all because I don't know if everybody has that ability. Shout out Ricky, man, for what did he do for the sub, man? That's 2 months. Appreciate you. On April 7th, 2015, the bank forecloses on Suzuki's and Cynthia's. Okay.
Said property is commonly known as 2749 Nob Hill Drive in Clemens, North Carolina. I have a bid of $123,798.39. Going once?
Shout out Rap for the follow.
Twice. 3 times.
That's what the
So it got foreclosed on and went for 123?
whole neighborhood wants. We just want the house gone. Will it return the neighborhood to the way it was? Yeah, I think so. It's just, you know, everybody's been upset for the last 6 months. It just needs to be gone.
Within weeks, the house was demolished by a municipality and the land was sold to the neighbor. Okay.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Crews started tearing down the former home of Pazuzu Algarad around 8:45 this morning.
It's actually somewhat of a mixed bag of emotions right now.
Woohoo! We're celebrating. This is a party. We are very excited.
We got the picnic spread already ready.
This is episode 3. I'm curious. I thought, because when I started this, I thought all the episodes was different. I wonder if the first 2 episodes tie into this one.
Michael, you got everything you need, buddy?
The neighborhood is having somewhat of a neighborly gathering here, a celebration. They're trying to keep it positive. You see some of that dust coming out of the house. Neighbors were saying it was almost as though that dust represented all of the evil spirits and the bad memories which this house was holding and just releasing them.
Oh God, first and foremost, if that's what you thought, then why don't you got no face masks on? Because spirits and evil entities, they transfer. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what your thought process was and you truly believe that, then you would believe that they transfer and that you should be going in the house. I wouldn't be outside watching that. Ain't no way. From my window, the safety of my window.
In a way, I'm relieved. You know, I'm just sort of glad I wouldn't want it standing there like it was.
We'll get back to our nice, quiet, very wonderful neighborhood.
Hopefully, this provides.
And after, see, this is like right here, like after I just said all of that, like I feel like that literally, what I'm watching be the intro to movies, like The Possession of Annabelle or whatever. That's how I be starting. Oh, I was outside watching the demolition of the Pozeski house, and I breathed in a particle of dust, and I went to sleep that night, and I woke up, and I was on the ceiling upside down, and that's how it starts. You know what I'm saying? Every movie.
Some closure for them as well, guys.
They condemn the house. They take bulldozers out there.
Yeah, exactly. I ate a demon-dipped tortilla chip, and now look at me.
Push it all.
My head could do a 360.
Into the basement, tear up the swimming pool, cover the thing up, fill it all full of dirt, and wipe it clean from the face of the earth. All this happened in a matter of a few months. They wiped it from the face of the earth that fast. They don't want to talk about this anymore. They want to move on. Move on meaning not examine what caused this. Don't look into my own heart and see how I might be responsible. Let's just move on and pretend it never happened.
When people think that you can put somebody in jail, you can take down a house, that somehow clears it. They have
dust, asbestos, and bad spirits in the air.
Have no idea.
My fault. That's not
It didn't
funny,
make
but
anything better for my child. It didn't make anything better for me or Tommy's family. It did not fix anything. You can't bring somebody's daddy back.
On behalf of this whole street, I just want to apologize to anybody involved because I wish that we could have done something, and I'm so sorry that we let you down. We let 2 men.
She looked good for her age. She graduated high school in '96. She do not look. She looked mid-30s. She's pushing 50, ain't she? Or 45? She's like 45, right? Yeah, she like 46, 45. She don't look 45.
And be missing for 5 years.
Hear me out now.
I think Josh's death was totally preventable.
She got a tongue ring too.
But nobody took responsibility. When Pazuzu was young, there were people that were well aware that there was a problem.
Yeah, very much so. They should have put that man in counseling or something.
How did he fall through the cracks?
So blatantly, too. How did he fall through the cracks?
As a society, we are failing. And I mean, the answers aren't easy to come by. But one thing I do know is that when you see someone totally self-destructing or destroying themselves or others, you gotta face it head on.
Jenna's parents let us move in with them.
I love North Carolina and South Carolina. Look how it look. It just looked like, you know what I'm saying?
And since we don't have to pay bills or rent or anything right now, it gives us a lot more money to get high. Well,
Hold on, I didn't think that was gonna go that way. Go back.
Pay bills or...
You gotta face it head on.
Go ahead.
Jenna's parents let us move in with them, and since we don't have to pay bills or rent or anything right now,
it gives us a lot more money to save up for our future and the proper investments to get ourselves on the right path to greatness and to build a future with.
gives us a lot more money to get high. Well, I just gotten off work last night. Went to go get some drugs.
Nate Anderson.
So I was on 485, about 15 minutes out from here. And wake up and I'm drifting over onto the left side of the... I guess I was in the fast lane and I'm jerked back over. And,
You was high?
So, of course, I fly across the road and straight into the grass on the other side, and there's this, like, steep-ass ditch. I go straight down it. I was freaking out. I'm not gonna lie. I was crying, man. I just got a bunch of work done on the car. My mom spent $1,200 on that car yesterday. And, you know, I was freaking out because I was afraid someone was gonna pull over and see me on the side of the road and call the cops. And, you know, I got drugs in my system. I mean, I probably should have just parked the car and slept somewhere, but I had a bag for Jenna and I wanted to bring it to her.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. I just got up. I totaled the car last night.
Did you give them the insurance information and everything?
No.
No, Mom. I did it by myself.
I just had Jenna pick me up. I mean,
Were you using? Is that why you didn't call the police?
No, I was just, I mean, that's...
Jenna, you listen, Jenna.
Were you
up?
and everything?
You got a lot of potential. I don't know if you dragging him down or she's dragging you down, buddy. But y'all not good for each other. Go ahead, separate. Go do something different.
No, I just had Jenna pick me up. I mean,
Were you using? Is that why you didn't call the police?
No, I was just, I mean...
That's exactly why, Mom. He just told us on camera. And when you see this documentary, you're going to know he lied to you.
And that's still technically a DWI, isn't it? If you fall asleep at the wheel?
Well,
No.
you just don't tell them that. You tell them that a deer jumped out in front of you, or a dog.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, it is.
Okay.
That's bad. And it's bad that you didn't call the police.
Yeah.
So you need to do that, like, immediately.
Fleeing the scene of an accident?
Do not put that off. You do it immediately, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Can you pass a test right now?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
The mainstream media in this case went the sensationalist angle. Camel Seat Dispatch did what we do. At heart, we are humanist, and we took the humanist angle. Because for us, it boils down to human beings and how they behave towards one another and how they are affected by the behavior of others.
On September 28, 2015, Chad published The Boogeyman Cometh, an in-depth profile on Pazuzu's Lagarde. It received more than 2.5 million views, but Chad feels the questions of why remain unanswered.
By all accounts, John Alexander
$2.5 million. You went platinum twice.
Lawson began life uneventfully on August 12th of 1978. Over the next 20 years, Lawson done everything he could to make himself seem evil, powerful, and frightening. This kid from West Forsyth looked in the mirror one day and decided that what he saw wasn't good enough. What he wanted to see was the boogeyman. And by all accounts, he succeeded in spades. Pazuzu murdered people, he destroyed lives. You can't explain that away with Satan and evil. Ain't gonna do anybody any good. You know, first Pazuzu's search warrant sealed, then his safekeeping order sealed, and again, you know, I get the feeling that it's just like we don't want to look at this, we don't want to talk about it. We really don't want to face our collective responsibility for what happened here.
Pazuzu saw me as his brother, literally as a brother. I really miss my friend, man.
No offense, but F-U-C-K, your friend. Buddy was not who you think he was, clearly.
I mean, I remember sitting there talking to him sometimes, like, he'd talk to me about life, and we were friends, dude, and like, all this shit happened, stupid shit.
Hit me, man, hit me.
That's why he's frowning.
He wasn't Pazuzu to me. I was in for first and second degree kidnapping and under a bunch of faulty charges, you know what I mean? But I lost my shit when I first went in, so they sent me to the hole, you know?
Storgill Horn, Matsford.
And so, was in there, and this mother just like in between crying and shouting and yelling and reciting like whoever the lyrics, he was out of his mind, you know what I mean? We all were like looking out, and like he's like this tall, he's shorter than him. He ain't nothing, you know what I mean? It's whatever. Like, I mean, he was restrained, you know, like here, and it looked like they were bringing Hannibal Lecter into the jail, you know what I mean? And we were all watching, he had the spit mask on. I mean, like it was straight up like the thing, you know, the thing that you never believe is real, like in movies, like it was real. It was real then.
Whispered something in your ear. It was a perverted thing.
Not gonna lie. Can't even hold you. This was super interesting.
Like as soon as Pazuzu finally got busted,
R.I.P. though.
Everyone came out of the woodwork. I knew him. We were friends.
But I said it anyway.
Most of the things that I've heard people say about Pazuzu never really happened. I get some cool shit over here.
Smile, look away.
Word up. We gotta get this one too. We gotta get this one. That one. He's like the best artist in Winston-Salem.
Oh, this is North Carolina, Winston-Salem.
This is a good buddy of mine.
Nothing's gonna hurt you, baby.
I feel really sad that I've lost someone that I cared about. But I'm not just lost that he did this, but lost completely to me that he did do this. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay, at least you understand.
His life's over. I know his life's over. He's suffering, but at least he's not dead because of me.
Did the crime, couldn't do the time. You killed yourself, and now you're going to HE double hockey sticks anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Going to go meet your homeboy.
He was charged with murder in connection with the deaths of 2 people. Now Pazuzu Algarad is dead. Early this morning, he was found unresponsive at the Central Prison in Raleigh, found with a wound on his...
Was that unsensitive of me? No, it wasn't. I don't care.
His arm.
The State Department of Public Safety confirmed, calling it an apparent suicide.
We had heard from corrections officers off the record and from other inmates that Pazuzu had been trying to bite.
Oh, so it is an ongoing series. Dang. I feel like I ain't got to go back and watch the rest, though. I really feel like I don't. I feel like if I want to, I can watch episode 4. Y'all let me know. I'm gone.